Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, behind the scenes video, I guess. I obviously know how that guy died. Yay! Yay for me! I'm not sure, obviously, if it's very clear to the audience, so you could always comment below if you saw Red Planet Project Part 1 and were like, well, how did that space guy die? And stuff. I might tell you, well, that was technically, I guess, the cliffhanger, but it will get sort of, hopefully, told in the next few parts. I was planning on making Red Planet Project a 4-part story. I might, if I need to, make it a 5-part story. I don't want to make it a 6-part story because I've already done a 6-part story, The Spirits, which took ages and kind of went on a bit too long. That could have been maybe cut down a bit, maybe? I don't know. But I am happy with the results of Red Planet Project. The Spirits even. So there's 3 main parts to this sort of story at the moment. 3 main parts. In the first part, there's the sort of unit base with just the Brigadier, which is very boring and bland, yeah. Yes. Mars, which is this area. And that with just the space dude, who is now dead. And the TARDIS, just like to shine that there. The TARDIS thing with the Doctor and Amy. If you weren't understanding why Amy was ill and stuff, or was just like all over the place and stuff, it was because in the Spirits she gets possessed by time herself, and so obviously it takes her quite a while to recover and stuff, so that's what was up with that. I also like the idea of stealing the Dark Knight sort of a quote from that, which is, you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Just because I've always thought that was as soon as I heard that quote, I thought it was a very Doctor Who quote, and might make the audience think, oh, is this it? Is this the Doctor going more dark, maybe? Or to uncharted areas? Dun dun dun, hand jiggling and all. I know what that is, those and stuff in the story. Again, I know how he dies. I really want to tell you, but it'll probably ruin the surprise. I have a lot of ideas for part 2 and 3 and 4. So the next 3 parts hopefully are going to be cram-packed with content, I would hope. All hopefully making sense, I hope. If not, comment below and tell me what you didn't understand or whatever. And also, again, I do want to make these mainly just like videos where I answer any questions really about the figure adventures if you're not sure what the hell's going on, It's obviously me thinking, okay, I'll do this story called Red Planet Project where, this guy's going to space because, units in a space race against, and it's against another country and it's funded by NASA and all that, and that you might be like, but why, what? That doesn't really make much sense or something, and I could, that does make sense, but then what? Why are these aliens on Mars, and don't worry, it's not the Ice Warriors, 1, because they're already on, they were already used in Area 51, and 2, because, as well, I just thought, no, there's no point, as well, and, maybe, and, again, I don't know if I've already told you this, but obviously the 11th Doctor's time is coming to an end soon, but I've got plans for that, really cool ideas for his end, which ends in Dalek Civil War, and then from that ending, then it's Series 6, which I will have a Series 6 trailer of the first 3 episodes, which are Carnage Project. Forgotten what the other 2 are, but Carnage Project, which kind of links in with the continues on sort of Dalek Civil War, but in a different direction. There's some stuff with Amy that happens in this sort of last sort of story arc. No spoilers there. Yeah, hopefully everything that I have will make sense, I hope. And that, or it will to me. Again, I'm really worried that the thing that I don't want to happen is for me to be all like, yeah, I've got all these cool ideas and these stories and stuff, but then for it all to just flop out and everyone just be like, oh my god, what, why is this happening, and what's that got to do with anything and stuff, and all these things, and for people to be confused, you know, because I think that's what happened with like Series 6 of the actual Doctor Who programme, and that's why I didn't get that good received, because it was too convoluted and people were just getting uninterested and stuff, and that isn't what I want from my figure adventures, you know. But apart from that, hopefully, you know, I think the first part went down well, and I've also been thinking about the time that I spend on them, not time that I spend on an episode thinking about what the content should be, or what I think ideas that I have for that. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about the time I actually film a part. I think the average one will be around 7 to 8 minutes per part. I think that's a reasonable amount. You know, more than 8 minutes and it feels a bit too long. Less than 7 minutes and sometimes I feel like I'm really rushed. But sometimes you just don't even need that much content, you know. In a 6-part story, it's alright to have one that's like maybe, 3 minutes, 45 seconds, because, you don't always want just action all the time. You sometimes just want a small episode where, only 2 characters are just talking for a bit, and then the cliffhanger could be, I don't know, the TARDIS door explodes open or something. Oh, yeah, the TARDIS door opens, or explodes inwards and someone comes bursting in whilst the Doctor and Amy are talking or something in part 2, but part 1 was them escaping from a Dalek attack and going into the TARDIS, or some, I don't know. But, as always, thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.